EA Sports. It's in the game.
Everybody, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Our main event should be a good one tonight. Scheduled for 12 rounds of lightweight action between these two great warriors. He's making that final walk that separates man and warrior, soon to be in battle there in the ring. Nate Campbell's coming down to the ring, and you can tell with that zip in his step that he plans on this one being a spectacular evening for him.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Guerrero. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome the Galaxy Warrior, Nate Campbell.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch them up.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. Teddy, most of the fighters that you train throughout your career are guys that could be described as guys that really will bring it and are able to do it throughout the whole fight and go the distance. What's the mental makeup of a guy like that?
Confidence. He's been there before. He's sure that he can do it.
And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. Right there, but then he targeted one right back. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Nate Campbell. With a block punch. We sit back week after week and we think about what kind of fight are we getting. You tell me, what kind of fight are we getting here?
I think it's going to be a distance fight. I mean, look, anything could happen. You could get guys banging heads in the first round. Nobody expects that, but what we do expect is smart boxing, and usually with smart boxing that we're going to have here, usually that means you go in the distance.
Good defense, just covering up down low. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Good job protecting himself. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Nate Campbell with a block punch. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
Beautiful, beautiful. Nice movement. Keep that up. Keep moving.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Good block. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Teddy, what do you think is the most misunderstood about the lower weight classes?
Well, I think people don't realize how big those people have to be. I know that sounds crazy because they're smaller guys, but they have to be big in all the other dimensions, with discipline, with confidence, and with their technical approach, their technical development. They have to deal with guys that are really fast. The bigger guys don't have to deal with all those elements.
Block punch by Nate. Nate lands a counter. Oh, very nice. Smart counter punch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jab. When he's been sure of himself, he's jab. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Nate Campbell. Wow! He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Good defense, just covering up down low. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Not getting it done with that straight right hand. The end of the round has arrived. And now an opportunity for the trainer here to get his hands on his guy. His guy just got tagged pretty good there. And when he looks into his eyes, what is he looking for?
Well, first of all, he's looking to see whether or not his guy is still there. You know, he got stunned pretty good. And then what he has to do is make sure his guy's listening to him and telling him, hey, look, you got caught. You've been caught before. This is the way we can fix it. This is what you got to do to correct things.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, It was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Blocks that punch. Good block. Well, earlier you saw what happened to him. He was stunned. He got tagged in this fight. He got hit hard. Now you're seeing the kind of mentality that's going to try to avoid that happening again. But, Teddy, it's not necessarily the kind of mentality that's going to win you a fight.
No, if you're in the corner with him, you know what you tell him, Joe? You tell him, look, you're being tested now. I understand you've been hurt. I understand you're looking to survive right now. But you're being tested for the first time in your life. Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be special? Special people find a way to get out of this and still offensively go forward.
Yeah, he's got to answer those questions. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Nate Campbell. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Comes right back at him with a left hand. A headshot blocked. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Nate Campbell's a pro, but he's not a well-rounded pro because a better level of fighter would be committing to the body more here, wouldn't he, Teddy?
Yeah, well, first of all, he would recognize that that's where he's supposed to be going now that his opponent, you know, is taking off a little bit with those fast shoes. No better way to take those shoes off his feet than to go downstairs.
Good-looking counterpunch. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Seconds to go in this round. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Throw punches, okay? Don't walk into him without throwing a punch. Keep boxing just like that. You're losing. You're going to take this one.
Here we go with the 4th round. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Looks like he has some blood under his eye around the cheek. No, he missed that right. Nate blocks it. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Great movement to get away from those punches. Good defensive skill. Campbell counters back. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
but gives one. Good work by Nate Campbell. Blocks that belt line well. Fires right back at him. Trying to go downstairs, but off target. A headshot blocked. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. A hook for you and a hook right back. Wow, Teddy, he's got some great hand speed there. That combination was an example of it.
Yeah, it was. You know, not a lot of power, not a lot of pop with it, but boy, it catches your attention. And you know what? That kind of speed can intimidate a guy and keep his opponent maybe from moving his hands later on.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round.
Keep circling. Don't stand in front of him. Where's your body work? Hit the body. That round, right? You just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this fella. Get on that. Get on that.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Cover your head, kid.
And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. It is unbelievable how this fight is being fought. Both guys unwilling to stop. One guy goes at it, the other guy meets him punch for punch.
Well, you've heard it before. You've heard the term used, one day at a time to deal with something very difficult. Well, this is one round at a time. That is the only way these fighters, these warriors, could deal with this kind of pace.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
Cover your head, kid. Jab, jab. Use the jab.
Halfway through this round here. Nice block. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Well done that time, landing the counter punch. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. And clicks of the talk.
Don't stay in one spot.
And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Listen, you need to move your head more, side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. Get on that. Get on that.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Nate Campbell. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Parries that punch intended for the head. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Blocks away that headshot. Oh, counters with a crushing blow to the head. He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following him around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
You're doing good. Keep it up, all right? Very good. Very good.
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Oh, and look at this, Teddy, wasting no time getting to know each other.
No, they came right to the center ring, said hello.
Good job protecting himself.
Double up your punch. Up and down, side to side.
Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Blocks the headshot. Gets rid of that effort.
Keep your hands up.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. A good block. Gets rid of that body shot.
Move your head.
1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Nate lands a counter. Good return fire that time. Wow, is he defensively sound. Nice block. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
Throw the body, then to the head, then finish to the body. Nice long. This is your fight. You are in control. You're in control. No. This.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. Protecting his head well with his guard. Campbell with a block punch. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Nate Campbell. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Wow! Nate Campbell's in bad shape. Look at that. Smart veteran move. Hurt, so you hug.
Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Gets rid of that effort. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Nate Campbell's showing some real guts here. Hey, this fight was not going his... He goes down. Oh, he may be close here. Can he survive the round? Up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Parries that punch intended for the head. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy, because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night, and you forget what you knew when you came in, that it wasn't going to be an easy night. You're going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed, and it's important to remember that.
Whenever he misses count, listen,
he's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Nate blocks it. Nate Campbell's, Teddy, this has got to drive his trainer crazy, because he's leaving himself wide open with these sweeping shots.
Well, you talk about that old saying, leaving the barn door open, and the horses are going to go out. Well, guess what? The punches, sooner or later, they're going to come in. In bad shape.
Come on now, work it out.
Teddy, he may go down just by stumbling the way he's bumbling around this ring.
Well, he's got to stop moving. Actually, you never want to fight on the ropes. This is one time he probably needs to be on the ropes just to steady him and then move his head a little bit. That might be his only shot.
Good defense, just covering up down low. A headshot blocked. Gets rid of that effort. Good counterpunch by Nate Campbell. Listen, he's still being highly competitive, even though you would have to think, if you're judging this fight at all, that he's way behind. Does that give him hope that still there's a chance that he can score the knockout and get this win?
Yeah, because his attitude is still there. He hasn't given up on himself. And as long as you haven't given up on yourself, you always have a chance where one punch can separate that guy from his consciousness.
Strike after catching one by Nate Campbell. Wow, look at that, trading shots. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. End of the round is upon us, and if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
Listen, you need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. You have to start throwing more in volume in there. Throw in volume.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Notre Dame to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Blocks that punch. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own.
Keep your head moving.
Blocks it away. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Nate lands a counter. Nate Campbell's trainer is telling him, hey, just stick with what you've been doing. Yeah, but what he was doing caused him to get rocked earlier.
Yeah, sometimes you have to make an adjustment. Now, they don't feel it's time yet, but that time's coming. It's coming quick.
Keep working the jab. Move your head.
What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Great movement to get away from those punches. Block punch by Nate. Blocks the headshot. Nate Campbell's showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this: I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Get the compress. Get the compress on that. Let's work on the swelling. If we work on the swelling.
Another round. Will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Well, obviously, what his opponent has done here is the reason that cut is in the shape that it's in. So if you're him, just keep doing what you're doing?
Yes and no, Joe. Of course, it's easy to say, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, but what if there's a little change? Your opponent's cut now, he's going to move his head, you figure, a little bit to survive in there. Now you shouldn't go head hunting, even though that cut's there. Now you have to adjust to what's in front of you. Go downstairs to the body a little bit, then go back up to that head. Don't let that red flag, so to speak, get you to go crazy and forget the body.
Blocks that punch. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counter punch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
The jab has been able to carry the night for him so far. Why so, Teddy?
Well, first of all, he's been able to get it off at the right time. His opponent, that sweet spot, you know, you hear about that in baseball. You want to just hit that ball in the sweet spot. Well, the jab, he's catching his opponent just as he's starting to get into his range before he can get off.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Accurate uppercut after taking a shot of his own. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Able to dismiss that body shot. Nate Campbell with a block punch.
This is it. One more round. You gotta work, all right? You gotta work. Looking good, looking good. Keep your hands up, all right? Get to it. Look, last round, okay? This is it, last round. You have this one, just have this one. This is it. You heard it. You want it.
12th and final round. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Able to show you his blocking ability. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Wow, is he defensively sound. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Blocks it away. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
Up and down, side to side.
Keep it going.
How about a return to sender with the left hand? Parries that punch away. Well, here we are in the stretch run of this fight. And Teddy, hey, you said it earlier. You said, you know what, Joe? It just feels like a fight that's going to go the distance. It seems like that's exactly where we're headed.
Yeah, well, it made sense. I mean, both guys, pretty good defense, good technically. Nobody's a real big banger. And most importantly, nobody's really putting himself out in the middle of the highway. You know, they're not taking a lot of chances.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Let's find out by sending it up to the ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the judges have reached a unanimous decision. Your winner, the Ghost, Guerrero.
He's your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little bit close. I had a split decision, but had the same man winning.
All three judges in agreement here ringside. Good, enjoyable, entertaining fight it was. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for a much-anticipated main event. 12 rounds in the welterweight division between Sugar Shane Mosley and Sugar Ray Leonard. Shane Mosley's making his way down to the ring, and he does so with a confidence where he knows he put all the hard work in and he's ready to explode inside those ropes. Sugar Ray Leonard's entrance here, what a ring walk, just brimming with confidence, ready for the task at hand.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Sugar Shane Mosley. And his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner, Sugar Ray Leonard. All right, guys, remember this. Obey my commands at all times. Now let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. How do you define consistency when you describe the fact that among this matchup you're looking for guys to be more consistent? Which guy's going to be more consistent? How do you define that?
Just in one area. When they get inside, for example, Joe, every once in a while somebody takes a little bit of a break. Yeah, there's working, but all of a sudden one guy's arm goes behind the other guy. I'm looking to see who keeps both hands free.
Blocks that punch. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. On the mark, the counter punch by Mosley. Reaching the halfway mark of this. Oh, and there you go. floor and in a bad spot.
One, two, three, four, five.
Mosley down, but not out. He's going to continue on here, beating the count.
And this is what really it all comes down to in a fighter. What's inside the fighter? What really drives the fighter? We know the speed, we know the talent of Mosley. Right now, we're going to get a look at the character of Shane Mosley.
He got hit, but he sends it right back. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Back and forth exchange. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Everybody found so much out about Sugar Ray Leonard on that night back in 1981 when he came up with the 14th round TKO of Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Remember Dundee that night? Remember Angelo Dundee in the corner of Sugar Ray Leonard?
Yeah, he said, "You're blowing it, kid." And of course, he was right, and he responded to that. Sugar Ray Leonard, in that fight, he had to deal with two fights. You know, early on, he was dealing with Tommy Hearns, this real big guy, this puncher. He had to box a little bit, and then later on, Hearns got hurt, started moving, and then Leonard had to be the executioner. He had to all of a sudden go after the guy that he thought he was going to be boxing all night.
End of that round, and the knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, the fighter who was floored, how do you treat him? Do you go soft on him when he comes back, or do you get right in his face? What's the way to approach it?
You have to know your fighter. You have to know the temperament of your fighter. Some guys, you know, they just kind of crawl up into a ball, and they don't come out of it if you get too strong with them. Other guys, they react well to that. So you got to know what he reacts to, first of all. And the most important thing, you have to get information. Why did he get dropped? You had your right hand down, you got hit the hook. Get your right hand up. You'll be okay.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. And Teddy, you can start to see that eye starting to swell up.
And right now, what he has to do is go into a defensive mode so it doesn't get hit anymore, doesn't get swollen anymore.
You know, it's a new day and age, but people should really reflect on the celebrity of Sugar Ray Leonard. There was a long time period in this country where he was undoubtedly one of the biggest superstars, not just in sports, but in all mainstream pop culture.
Yeah, he was. First of all, he had that great smile. He was doing endorsements. He was doing soda commercials. You know, and I think what's interesting about that is that he proved himself to the people. At first, they thought he was just this golden boy, this guy, you know, the Sugar Man. And he had all this great talent. But then, after the first Iran fight, he showed everybody that he could roll his sleeves up, you know, that he could get down and dirty, that he could be just a regular guy, a guy that you could count on, not just a guy that was privileged with great talent.
What a good counterpunch by Sugar Shane. Turns over the hook after turning away his opponent's shot. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counterpunch.
Yeah, you see the counterpunch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, he gets caught.
Throws a counterpunch there.
Keep the head moving.
Sugar Shane Mosley's not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
End of the round here, a round that saw a lot of action, the kind of round that fans pay to be here to see.
Well, these are TV-friendly fighters, and we figured that coming in.
Listen, you're not working. You're not working. You're not working on anything we worked on. You're not double jabbing. You gotta work this kid, you understand? You got to keep working.
And round number 3 is underway. Able to dismiss that body shot. Not able to land the headshot. Gets rid of that effort. Mosley's swelling is exactly what his opponent wanted to see. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking one. Sugar Ray Leonard, of course, it takes something special to carry that Sugar moniker, and he really respects the guy who was the pound-for-pound great.
Oh, yes, he does, Sugar Ray Robinson, and he has talent, and I know this sounds extraordinary.
Holy cow! Sugar Ray Leonard's almost out of it there. He was stunned. Sugar Shane Mosley shoving his opponent there. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him.
Use your feet.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. He just missed that shot up top. Excellent counter punch by Sugar Shane. And there he counters back against his opponent. Good-looking counter punch. Sugar Shane Mosley's now at a point in this fight where his defense is going to become crucial. He has to protect that eye. The swollen eye is getting worse.
Yeah, he does. He has to be cognizant of everything. He needs anything out there that he can use for an advantage right now. He's got to position himself where his opponent can't get into the place where he can throw punches towards that bad eye, towards that blind spot where he has no vision. He's got to keep the fight where that good eye is always able to pick up those punches. He's got to position himself in a perfect way now.
Open too much cover. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard. and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Sugar Ray blocks that punch. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Leonard blocks that punch. His opponent wanted the body, he wouldn't give it to him. Unable to get to Mosley that time, he blocked it. Well-placed counter punch by Mosley. Nothing there on the punch by Sugar Shane. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counter punch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Sugar Ray Leonard's strategy has been to control things on the outside, and the jab fits perfectly into it.
Yeah, what it's done is it's set up his defense. He's kept his opponent defensive, kept him off balance, off stride, and it's also set up his power shots whenever he's wanted to.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Sugar Ray Leonard. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray showing defense, able to block that punch. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
I want you to bang the head and the body, all right? Upstairs, downstairs, over again. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
Another round, will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Shane Mosley's now battling two opponents. The guy standing opposite him trying to punch him, and his eyes swelling.
Yeah, he can't see what's coming at him right now.
Blocks the headshot. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit.
Wow! Shane Mosley's been stunned. Oh, and look at that. Shane Mosley stunned for a moment there, and now he does a veteran move.
Yeah, he had to because he was stunned. And the reason he got stunned is he was taking liberties. He wasn't respecting his opponent enough. He figured that he read all the press clippings, he could walk right through him. He should know better than that.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores.
Let's see some more head movement.
Oh, he just misses with that headshot. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Leonard blocks that punch. Accurate counter punch by Sugar Shane. Final 10 seconds. Comes right back at him with a left hand. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this: I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're gonna have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is gonna wind up not standing at the end.
Listen to me. You're getting caught up. You're getting caught up and fighting his fight. Focus from me.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far.
Go ahead and get out of the way.
Sugar Ray showing defense, able to block that punch. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Sugar Ray Leonard stunned by that shot.
Hey, punch it out.
Sugar Shane Mosley's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still, it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Blocks that punch. Sugar Shane blocks that punch. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Hit it out, hit it out, hit it out.
He missed with that headshot. Shane Mosley's clearly behind on points, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
And he's taken a pretty good amount of punishment.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little bit ragged there.
How does he turn things around?
Well, what he's got to do right now, look, the guy has shown he has a good chin. So forget that. Don't keep going to that same place because he's already shown you he's good. He's got that nice whiskers. Go downstairs to the body. See if he takes it good down there.
That's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Sugar Ray Leonard. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. That's where he wants his man opposite him, right against the ropes. End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
Knock them out, it's done.
Let's go, hit him.
You're fighting his rhythm, okay? Don't fight his fight. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
And with the start of this round, the halfway point of this fight. Blocks that belt line well. Well, earlier you saw what happened to him. He was stunned. He got tagged in this fight. He got hit hard. Now you're seeing the kind of mentality that's going to try to avoid that happening again. But, Teddy, it's not necessarily the kind of mentality that's going to win you a fight.
No, if you're in the corner with him, you know what you tell him, Joe? You tell him, look, you're being tested now. I understand you've been hurt. I understand you're looking to survive right now, but you're being tested for the first time in your life. Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be special? Special people find a way to get out of this and still offensively go forward.
Yeah, he's got to answer those questions. Sugar Shane blocks that punch. Parries that punch away. Very clever move there. Little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Sugar Shane. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Blocks away that headshot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Very clean offense from defense by Mosley. Sugar Ray Leonard's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Nice block by Sugar Shane. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
Doubling that jab, okay? Double that jab. That will put us in position. Let's get on that swelling. Get the compress on that.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight.
Keep working the body.
well-placed counter by Sugar Shane. Sugar Shane Mosley's got to deal with a cut cheek. Excellent counter punch by Mosley.
Guard your head.
Good defensive skill. Good way to protect the midsection. Able to dismiss that body shot. One minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. And a good counter by Mosley. Oh, and he is hurt after that series of punches.
He needs to start moving that head.
Keep busy, guys. Come on now, keep busy.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special offensive happening in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. A well-placed left hand by Sugar Shane. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
Counter. Let's get on that swallow. I'll press on that.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Good defense just covering up down low. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Able to dismiss that body shot. Protecting his head well with his guard. That's a tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Mosley. Well, here's the way we see it. Oh! Sugar Shane Mosley's legs look shaky. He was hurt. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing, not engaging in the fight,
Keep busy,
but
guys.
clinching.
Come on now. Keep busy.
Sugar Shane Mosley's showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. Sugar Ray Leonard's leaving himself wide open there. You just can't do that.
Well, you can do it, but you're going to get paid. You're going to eat some leather. You're going to get punched in the mouth. That's going to happen.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
Relax.
Nice block by Mosley. Comes right back at him with a left hand. End of the round there. He was able to stun his opponent. Teddy, when you're training a guy that's coming off a round where he just got to his man, what do you do? Do you say, hey, I saw that and here's how you did it? How do you approach that?
Well, you want to make sure you remind them exactly what you're talking about, how he set it up. Don't think about just a big punch that landed. Remember how you got to that point.
Don't worry about it. Get in your rhythm, okay? I want to see more jabs. I want to see more jabs.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. SRL getting rid of that punch. Able to show you his blocking ability. A headshot blocked. He has to be better defensively, Teddy. You can see the damage that his eye has taken. The swelling's getting really bad. How does he do that? How does he shore up that defense?
Well, first of all, he's got to start moving that head. He's standing too straight up. If he gets a little head movement, a lot of those punches that are landed, they'll start going over the shoulder.
Parries that punch away. A nice block by Sugar Shane. Shane Mosley's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Distance, such a key factor always, Teddy, when it comes to defense. With his good foot movement, he's been keeping that distance. His opponent, how does he close that gap properly?
Well, first of all, he's got to use his jab.
Once again, he goes down. Can he survive this? Mosley down, but not out. He's going to continue on here, beating the count.
And this is what really it all comes down to in a fighter. What's inside the fighter? What really drives the fighter? We know the speed. We know the talent of Mosley. Right now, we're going to get a look at the character of Shane Mosley.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. blocked by Mosley. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Get the compress on and let's work on the swelling. If we work on the swelling.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Parries that punch intended for the head. Sugar Shane Mosley's got to find an answer here because he's just too defensive after going down.
You know, it's a funny thing. He's gotten a taste of his own medicine because usually he'll make you miss and he'll counter back. He'll make you pay. Well, he missed earlier and he paid, and he hasn't gotten over that.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. He's in a tough spot. There's no way around it. The eye is swelling so badly that we could see an end to this fight.
Yes, it is, but it's not an impossible spot. It's not a spot where fighters before him have not been in and have not survived and even won in. You look at Carmen Basilio when he fought the late, great Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, his eyes were closed. He found a way to win.
A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. Nice block by Mosley. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. A headshot blocked. Sugar Shane Mosley's learning a real lesson here, how one single moment can change an entire fight. Ever since that knockdown, he hasn't been the same.
No, and this has taken his identity away because he's a high-energy fighter, fast hand, always coming. His offense is his defense. Right now, he's like a bird without wings.
What you're doing. You're winning this year. Don't get sloppy, okay? Keep boxing smart. Let's get on that swelling. Listen, you can't let this go. You're gonna have to knock him out. It's the only way. Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab and move.
As this round starts, one question lingers over this fight. Will it end right here? You saw the damage that was done in the last round. Now he has a chance to close the show.
Does he want to end it? I think sometimes in life, in boxing, anything, it comes down to nothing more complicated than do you want to do it? If he wants to end this, he ends it. Forget about jabs, forget about technique, all that stuff. Does he want to end it?
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Good way to protect the midsection. Accurate counter punch by Mosley. Good block by Sugar Shane. And a smart counter punch by Mosley. Sugar Shane blocks that punch. Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. Sugar Shane Mosley's got a real problem on his hands now, Teddy. I think the cut is actually worsening around his eye. He has to do a better job of watching out for that. Has to protect that eye.
Yeah, what he has to do now is give his corner man, his cut man, a chance for his work to be accomplished. In other words, there's been coagulants, chemicals put into that eye. Now the fighter has to move a little bit, be elusive, and allow those chemicals, those medicines to work.
Now he's just walking him back a bit there, up against the ropes. Unable to get to Mosley that time, he blocked it. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer.
All three judges scored the fight. A unanimous decision. Your winner, Sugar
Ray Leonard is your winner by a unanimous decision.
Well, he started going to the body, and it paid off for him, and it paid off for us. A good, solid fight.
It was indeed, and we're glad you were with us to witness it. Good, enjoyable, entertaining fight it was. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.